Creative and fun learning. Invent a new pencil trick. One Friday morning in a bustling school, amidst the usual cacophony of laughter and learning, Miss Fiona stood before her class of eager minds. Today was not just any ordinary day. It was Creative and Fun Learning Day. Today, she began, her voice echoing through the room, we will learn something new and wonderful. Miss Fiona distributed an assortment of pencils to each child. Today, she said, holding up her own pencil, we're going to invent a new trick. The children giggled with anticipation as they began to experiment with their pencils. Samuel, with his glasses perched precariously upon his nose, attempted to balance a pencil on the tip of his finger. He squinted in concentration, his forehead creased with determination. After what felt like an eternity, he let out a sigh and laughed as the pencil fell. Abigail, with her curly hair bouncing as she moved, managed to twirl her pencil around her finger effortlessly, her eyes sparkling with pride. Her peers cheered and clapped as she showed off her newfound skill. Suddenly, Joshua approached the board and, with a flourish, began to draw a perfect circle using nothing but the eraser of his pencil. The children watched in amazement as the circle grew larger and larger. The classroom erupted in gasps as Maria climbed onto her chair and used a pencil to write on the ceiling. "Miss Fiona," she called out, "look what I can do." Miss Fiona smiled warmly, shaking her head but secretly impressed. Next, Max stood on one foot and wrote his name on the board, all without lifting his other foot. The classroom burst into applause as he took a bow. As the day wore on, more and more tricks were discovered, from tiny sculptures made with a pencil's lead to pencils that danced across the room like magic wands. Finally, there was a soft, rhythmic tap, tap, tap coming from the back of the room. Every eye turned as Emily stood up and, with a flourish, began to play a melody using only her pencil and the table. Miss Fiona clapped her hands, calling the class to order. "Now, let's take a moment to appreciate what we've learned today," she said, gazing at her students with pride. The room buzzed with excitement as the children eagerly practiced their new trick. Laughter rang out, and ideas were shared amongst friends, creating a palpable energy in the air. As the sun began to set, Miss Fiona gathered her students around the board to marvel at all they had created that day. "Remember," she said softly, "learning is an adventure, and there's always something new to discover." And so, with smiles on their faces and hearts full of wonder, the children left the classroom, ready for whatever tomorrow might bring.